whole thing that it's a blemish on Judaism, sort of like a thing. You know what I say? I say it's a blemish on Judaism. It's a slap in the face of God to say that I am not comfortable with the way He created me and the way I'm supposed to thank Him because He gave me these mitzvahs. I don't want to be any part of that because I'm not happy with that. If you're not happy with being a guy, then go get a sex change. You know what I mean? It's like it's still not going to work because you're still, machuyev. But you know what I'm saying? So I have a huge problem with that, just in principle. But it's worse than that. Mm-hmm. This is our what's called Masorah. Masorah. Do you know what that means, Levi?
Yeah, the tradition.
This is a Torah tradition. It has always been the Torah tradition of Judaism that Jews say these blessings every morning, right? Mm-hmm. So whether you agree with them or not, it doesn't make any difference. If you say that there's something wrong about this, then you're saying there's something wrong with our Masorah. And if you're saying there's something wrong with our Masorah, right, and you want to come and change it, then you're changing the Masorah. Levi, what's the word I always use for someone who wants to change the Masorah?
Heretic.
Heretic. That is what's called heresy. It is heresy to come and change the Masorah. Right? There is no room in Judaism to change the Masorah. Right? If something is there, it's like if something is put in place, we don't get rid of it. We hold on to that forever. That is part of our tradition. Right? So to come and start changing everything is not Judaism. Judaism doesn't change. It's not progressive. Right? We don't come and just change everything. We don't. We preserve everything. It's the same way from Doros. Every generation does it exactly like the generation before. You know what I'm saying? So the whole concept is treif. It's not a Torah concept. Okay, you talk because I have to go in a whole thing. I'm about to start a launch on a whole thing. So just on those points, let's attack those.
So why do we care about this rabbi not saying this blessing? First of all, if the rabbi simply didn't say the blessing but didn't make it public, then we wouldn't be going on a rant.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's his own business.
Exactly.
Also, if he just told friends, it wouldn't be such a big deal.
Exactly.
Even if he stood up in shul on Shabbos morning and preached this, if we didn't go to his shul or we didn't hear about it, we wouldn't be talking about this. We're talking about this because this rabbi in particular is making this is the rabbi of one of the biggest Orthodox synagogues in Los Angeles. Number two, he's the leader of this Orthodox rabbinical group. So he's the leader. He's like a representative for hundreds of Orthodox rabbis in the United States. And if you just say, that's such a big deal, okay, the leader of hundreds of Orthodox rabbis in the United States and of this big Orthodox synagogue writes a column online for anyone to read, saying he no longer says one of the blessings that observant Jews have been saying for thousands of years. So then you're saying it's not a big deal if someone chips away at the tradition and just throws it away. So you'll see that sometimes Orthodox Jews react very vehemently.
Really?
And then many other things they couldn't care less. Basically what goes on in Reform and Conservative Judaism, Orthodox Jews rarely get excited about or rarely get, worked up about because they've already dismissed Reform and Conservative Judaism. It's not real Judaism. So they don't get worked up. Much of what goes on in the world around them, Orthodox Jews don't get riled up about. What Orthodox Jews will get riled up about is if you take a hammer and chisel and publicly start knocking away the foundations of Jewish practice, Jewish belief, or Jewish history. So if you attack the foundations, the fundamentals of the religion and the way it's been practiced for thousands of years, and also if you condemn it, not just take it away, but say, oh, this was, robbed the innate dignity of women, it was discriminatory, it was stupid, it was dumb, it was ugly, it was bigoted, and you make that in public, then you're attacking the fundamentals of Orthodox Judaism. That's why there's been such a strong response to what the rabbi has written that's been all over the internet, and that's why we're even talking about it tonight, because he publicly went up against a blessing that observant Jews have been saying for thousands of years, and is fundamental to the Torah outlook on life. and that is that, you know, we each have a task, and we're grateful for the task, and men in particular who are saying these blessings are grateful for the opportunity to do hundreds of more commandments that women, that indentured servants, and that non-Jews are not accountable to.
You know, you made an excellent point there, and I want to say that's like one of the first times you made an excellent point. So hands up, hands together for Levi. You made an excellent point there. Like if he did this in his own private thing, I couldn't care less, right?
Nobody would care less.
No, I'll tell you what, because nobody's perfect, right?
Right.
You know, you're not going to find a Jew who keeps everything to the letter, right?
Right.
You know, I don't.
Right.
I'm a sinner.
Right.
I'm a sinner. But the difference is like this. We're the things that I don't do, right? I don't say I'm going to stop doing them on principle because Torah is wrong and needs to be changed.
Mm-hmm.
You will never hear that from me.
Right.
It'll be like, I can't do these things. They don't work for me, right?
Right.
And I need to change, but I won't, so that I'm good with it, right? Right? Because I personally can't do X, Y, Z. This attitude, that's a kosher attitude. It's a kosher attitude. I'm a sinner. I do X, Y. I don't, you know, Torah says X, Y, Z, and I don't do X, Y, Z, right? But I don't say Torah needs to change X, Y, Z, or X, Y, Z is wrong according to Judaism. He's making X, Y, Z doesn't work in Judaism, and we should be ashamed of the fact that it says it there, and we need to change that. And that I find very offensive. Right? And that has no place in Judaism, and that is a treif attitude. That is not a kosher attitude. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference in that. I just want to make that point. Because people say, oh, you think you're perfect? No, I don't think I'm perfect. I know I do a lot of sins, but the difference is I know I'm wrong when I'm sinning. I don't say Torah is wrong. I will never say Torah is wrong.
I want to pick up a